To get used to that a little bit more with the change of the Penguins going to the Northeast Division. We'll be going to Canada quite a bit more, and they'll be coming here, so you'll get an opportunity to hear both anthems here at the Civic Arena. Andy Van Helleman's the referee tonight. Kevin Collins and Marc Paris are the two linesmen.
Patrick in goal for Montreal, 31-22-5, a 3.19 goals against average. Goals against average has gone up from his career average as a result of the Canadiens going to a more offensive-minded system.
We're underway. First period play, and a puck into the Canadiens end, and Dave Tippett goes for the puck. Into the far corner. He'll play left wing. Kevin Stevens out of the Penguin lineup again. It comes to Lemieux, who rifles one wide of the net. Now Tippett hauls it in left wing corner. Around the boards right side, and John LeClaire of the Canadiens trying to clear it out, and he does. That will come all the way back to Penguin real estate, and touched by Mike Ramsey, the Penguin starting defenseman. And we get an icing call against the Canadiens immediately to begin the game. And Montreal, with Jacques Demers as their head coach, will make a line change here, and they'll bring out Guy Carbonneau's line to work against Lemieux. There was no secret that that's the matchup that Demers wants against the Penguins, and the Penguins immediately make a change, and this is where that home team has the advantage here of pulling Lemieux off at this point in the last change, and they'll put a new line out against the checking unit of the Montreal Canadiens. Carbonneau, go ahead.
During this streak, Lemieux with 22 goals and 22 assists, 44 points in the 14 games.
Mario has scored in 11 straight games. He has scored a goal, and Joey Mullen of the Penguins working out here with McEachran and Mike Stapleton. McEachran behind the Canadiens net. Throw it in front of one right off Stapleton's skate. And on the center of the Canadiens corral it. Mike Keane, who's enjoyed a big season for the Canadiens, slip it away to the Penguin left wing corner. Murphy defensively back to haul it in for the Penguins. We are just underway here at the Civic Arena. Penguins trying to tie an NHL record for the most consecutive win. But they lose the puck, and the Canadiens counterattack, and they're good at this. Here's Muller. New line on for the Canadiens again. They bring it to the Penguins in on the near side. They'll streak after it near wing. LeClaire took a shot blocked by the Penguins. And Stapleton coming back. Penalty coming up here. It's going to be against the Montreal Canadiens. And here's the play into the Canadian zone. Stapleton looking back as he thought the penalty might be on him, but it's against the Canadiens. And Montreal is guilty of a holding call. And Patrice Brisebois, the Canadian defenseman, will have to sit down and let me get in the barrel here, Staggy, and get you some things here. Nice to be home again and get something out of here. There's 2, 3. How many do you think tonight, Staggy?
I think about 7 might be.
Oh, I don't think it'd be that high. I'll give you 5 there.
All righty, thank you. Phil Posterfield is our first one from Pittsburgh. He'll have a chance to win $100 from Iron City Beer in our Iron Man Advantage contest. Patrice Brisebois was actually benched by coach Jacques Demers for the game against Washington on Friday night. Canadiens lost that game 4-0 to Rick Tabaracci and the Capitals.
But came back with a pretty good performance against the Islanders to beat them.
That's a fact. And so did Desjardins, who was also benched.
And it is Lemieux rolling the puck into the Canadiens in. Jagr with the Penguins going back behind the net. He gives it to Tocchet right in front when a backhander, and Patrick Waugh to his knees to make the save on Rick Tocchet. Looks to tie his own personal high of 45 goals in a year. He's one shy of it right now. Lemieux and the Penguins set it up again. They pass it over to Jagr. He moves in against Patrick Waugh. Does jitter in front of Tocchet. Hey! Shoots and scores! Rick Tocchet gets the Penguins the early lead, and he's smiling like a butcher's dog. He's hit 45 to tie his previous high in the NHL. Rick Tocchet.
It also gives Rick Tocchet 100 points for the first time in his career. Jaromir Jagr took a tremendous pass from Lemieux, then wheeled around with a backdoor pass to Tocchet. There's no way Patrick Waugh could have expected that. Lemieux made a great pass to Jagr to begin with, and then he wheeled away from Desjardins and threw it in front to Tocchet. Waugh didn't have a prayer on that one, as Tocchet makes it 1-0.
Well, some pretty passing by both Lemieux and Jagr, setting up Tocchet. And he gets the opening goal, and the Penguins, for the 60th time this year, get the opening score in a game, and they lead 1-0.
You know, as hot as Rick Tocchet has been, Mike, and consistent, he has only 4 power play goals now in his last 31 games, so he's been scoring a lot of goals at even strength. He really hasn't been getting fat on the power play, as some players are prone to do in this league. He can score it any way at any time.
Ariel Lemieux now with an 8-point lead over Pat LaFontaine of the Buffalo Sabres. He adds an assist here in the opening goal. As the Penguins try to sneak it back into the Canadiens end. That's off the glass and up into the seats. Play is whistled down. We get a face-off at the Montreal line. Again, the goal scoring by Tocchet, who scored from right in front of Patrick Waugh to an open net as he had come over to lean over towards Jagr. From Lemieux, and Jagr at 147.
And by the way, that's a $100 bill for Phil Posterfield of Pittsburgh on our Ironman Advantage contest. Compliments of Rick Tocchet.
Now Scotty Bowman's going to put Francis out here with Jagr and Lemieux, work Mario on the left wing. And the Canadiens control the face-off up with Odelein. And he'll be a defenseman for the Canadiens tonight, playing the right side with Brisebois. And the Canadiens steer it to the Penguins in. Montreal trying to shift lines here and get a matchup that they want against this unit of Francis, Jagr, and Lemieux. And the Canadiens forced to their own end. Lemieux got a piece of the puck from Rob Ramage, but it goes through to center ice. Now grabbed by Denny Savard, and Savard, number 18 for the Canadiens, rifle it behind the Penguin net. Barrasso slided around to the left wing corner. Denny Savard put it back in front of the net. Ulf Samuelsson blocked it. Ulf has not played, did not play against New Jersey and left the game against the Quebec Nordiques on Saturday, and the Penguins sail it up ice right to the Canadiens net, and Patrick Roy will make the stop and hold on to it. Lemieux fast approaching the goal, and he keeps the puck, and we'll get a face-off in Canadian territory. Now the Penguins are 36-4 here on home ice, the best record in the National Hockey League on home ice. The Canadiens are 4 games above 500 on the road. They are 20-16-4. The Penguins have the best record of any team against teams outside of their division. The Penguins are by far and away the number 1 team in that category.
Shot on the bench of number 47 of the Canadiens, Stéphane Lebeau, who's had a good year, a 30-goal season, and has been really benefiting from Jacques Demers' new system. He gives him a lot of ice time, and he has made the most of it. Lebeau coming into the game with 79 points and a plus 25.
And they will open it up a little more. They also like to flood a zone and bring 3 people into a certain area on the offensive end of it, and then try and open things up. And they will also do that defensively at center ice against you as you come up. Here's McEachran with the biscuit on this Tippett now, and he breaks into the Canadian zone as the Canadiens are corded out. It goes to McEachran, and he fires it, and it's off the stick of Patrick Roy. Montreal, Lebeau giving the puck over to Denny Savard. Savard of the Canadiens can't connect to anybody, and it goes back to the Montreal line. Savard again hauls it in. Denny Savard wristed up into the Penguin zone. Barrasso stopped that, but he couldn't cord out. Vincent Damphousse, who's had a big year for Montreal. The Lebeau is knocked down by Shale Samuelsson, and the Penguin defenseman throw it up to center ice now to Joe Mullen. Slippery Rock Joe into the Canadiens in. Down the left wing. Tried to wheel it over to Dave Tippett. The Penguins work with McEachran, Tippett, and Joe Mullen. So Scotty Bowman giving Montreal a little different look here on a number of shifts. Matthew Snyder cruises back, bringing the puck for the Canadiens to the Penguin line. He lost it. Tippett sails it up right wing to Mullen. Here's a trailer in Murphy. Mullins gives it to Murphy. Down the slot. A shot, and a good save by Patrick Roy from 30 feet on Larry Murphy. Mullins spotted him out of the corner of his eye. Murphy coming late. The Penguins actually played that to an open space on the far side as they had that room, and they put that quick, hard pass out, and they had a break coming back the other way against Montreal.
You know, Mike, I talked to Francois Allaire today, who is the goaltending consultant of the Montreal Canadiens. He runs his own goaltending school during the offseason. Patrick Roy is his number 1 student, and he has a lot of other ones who have come through his school and are now playing in the National Hockey League, French-Canadian goaltenders who all play the same style. He said butterfly goaltending is not a style. He said the butterfly is actually a move. And he said we've had to work on a lot more drills this year because we just haven't been accustomed to seeing breakaways and 2-on-1s as much as we have this season.
Eric Desjardins now shooting the puck wide of the Penguin net, and it's picked up by Mike Ramsey. The Penguin defenseman slides it all the way back to Montreal territory. Well, you want to talk about something that's like day and night. Pat Burns' system as compared to this one is completely different. And the Canadiens bring it on the play now to the Penguin line. Carbonneau can't get in. He is matched up against Lemieux right now. Rick Tocchet unable to get to the puck, and here's Montreal back into the Penguins in. And Brunet, who had a pair of goals against the Penguins earlier in the year, takes the first shot, and it's stopped by Barrasso. The first shot registered by the Canadiens. 4.5 minutes into the first period, and Brunet again bangs it back behind the Penguin net. Barrasso leaves the puck for Larry Murphy, the Penguin defenseman. He's paired out here with Ramsey. The Canadian steal, though. They get in the slot. Mike Keane right side to Carbonneau. Back to Keane, and he shoots one from 25, and that's stopped by Barrasso. Penguins go on the counterattack. And it will be Larry Murphy bringing the puck to the Montreal line. Down the near side, pulls up. Try to pass it in the slot. It's broken up by the Canadiens. And J.J. Daigneault did a good job there of knocking the puck away from Murphy. It goes deep into Penguin territory, and we'll get an icing call against Montreal. 1-0 Pittsburgh here in the first period on the Penguins Hockey Network.
The Pittsburgh Penguins. There's a new face on the team. Show the world the look of a winner with your own team jersey. Available in both home or away. These tops can be custom lettered to your specifications. the Pittsburgh Penguins. Do it again.
Actually, what Francois Allaire also said, Mike, was that they've seen as many 2-on-1s and breakaways in the same game sometimes this year as they saw in an entire season in previous years. Here in Montreal with Jacques Demers letting them open it up a little bit, and it's put more pressure on Patrick Roy every night. And in practice too, because he's had to work on the drills to prepare himself for those situations.
The Canadiens now steer it into the Penguins' end. Paul Pietro going behind the Penguin net. Unable to hold on to it. Gilbert Dionne has it for Montreal, number 45. He tried to slide it in front. The Penguins take it away. Taglianetti to Lemieux. An outlet pass right side to Jagr against Brisebois one-on-one. Jagr comes on the play, trying to make a move in tight. He throws it back in the slot, and the Canadiens read that well, and they stop the pass by Jagr. They'll clear to center. Canadiens want to get new troops out here. Savard trying to get on. The Penguins drag it in. Here's Jagr now going to Francis. A wrist shot save made. Rebound, he puts it on. Stop again by Patrick Roy, and the puck cleared by Montreal. Boy, Jaromir Jagr is fired up here in this first period. He's coming strong against the Canadiens. And the puck lifted out of play, and they'll go to face-off back in the Montreal zone. Patrick Roy making two good saves against the Penguins.
That's twice now, Mike. You made the point a moment ago that the Penguins have made passes from along the boards on one side all the way across the ice. Long, rink-wide passes. And what that is, I think, is that the Penguins are getting a guy wide on the weak side, which is the side where the puck isn't. The strong side is the puck side. The weak side is the opposite side of the ice. And as you said, Canadians like to flood one side of the ice. If they get players over that way, it's paramount for the Penguins to move the puck quickly to the opposite side of the rink if they can get it through. It's always dangerous to pass the puck across the ice because you never know when a counterattacking team might be able to pick off those passes. But the Penguins have done a good job of finding that man open on the weak side, and it's gotten them some good breaks up ice here early in the game.
1-0 Pittsburgh here in the first period. And the Canadiens' Matthew Snyder now brings it on to center red. He'll shoot it in behind the Penguin goal. Grant Jennings delivers it left wing to McEachran. On to center to Tippett. He'll work it right side to Joe Mullen. Back into Montreal ice in front to Tippett. A deflection. Patrick Roy made that save. And Patrick Roy wants the puck, and he wants a whistle from Andy Van Hellemond, claiming that he had that puck. Patrick Roy didn't show a whole lot of emotion in that net. That's kind of rare for him, at least the times I've seen him. And he was a little disturbed at that play around the goal.
Well, Tippett got his own rebound, and that's why Waugh decided to cover up the puck. Tippett shot the puck once, got his own rebound, took another whack at it, and Waugh figured he'd had enough. It's about time to freeze that puck. Joey Mullen came wide on the play and threw it right into an area where Tippett could deflect it, and he got it back and put it right to the skate of Waugh, and he had to pin that puck against the crease. He was perfectly legitimate in being upset with Van Hellemond. He's trying to freeze that puck against the goal cage.
And I want to say something, though. I watched the Washington-Montreal game last Friday night in Quebec City. Here's a shot by the Penguins. McEachran stopped by Patrick Roy, and he showed some emotion in that game, much more than I'd seen him. And he let in 2 goals that came off his glove, and he was really broke his stick over the crossbar on one occasion. And now it's starting to come back to me. Maybe he's showing a frustration of what's been happening to him in losing 4 or 5.
Well, I'll tell you something. You look back at his record over the last few years, and it's been unbelievable. His goals against average has been well under 3 in 6 consecutive seasons until this year, and right now it's at 3.19.
And also, you do have to look at the change of style and the way they're playing it.
But it changes the way the goaltender has to deal mentally with allowing goals.
Here's Ulf Samuelsson drawing one. That missed the net. And back to the goal area. Jennings fired it. It misfired. Going back behind the goal to Joe Mullen. Mullen to the Penguins leading 1-0. In front of Tippett. A good shot. A better save by Waugh. The rebound. He fired it up the post as Big Ben struck one. Oh, Tippett had a big chance in a rebound play with Patrick Roy down. And the Penguins are buzzing like bees around a hive in the Montreal zone. And cleared by the Canadiens to the Penguins in. Now Ulf Samuelsson. He'll slide it ahead to center to Joe Mullen. Mullen trying to connect a cross-rink pass to McEachran. Broken up by Montreal. And the Canadiens step back into their own end. Vincent Damphousse to J.J. Daigneault. Daigneault coming right up the alley. Hits center red. Giving the puck to Brian Bellows. And Bellows again continuing to spark on his career. They dump it in front of the Penguin net. Canadiens can't gather it in. Lemieux bursting back. Here he comes for the Penguins. Mario Lemieux to the Montreal line. 2 men to beat. He'll cut down the right wing against Daigneault. Comes in and fires it right on the net. Patrick Roy the save. The rebound coming right to the Canadiens. They waste little time as they head up ice back to center. And Damphousse now leads the parade back. Left wing to Bellows. They try and filter it through into the slot. They can't do it. Lemieux steals. Mario out that pass now to Tocchet. Back to Lemieux. Left wing. Montreal in. He comes in. His wrist shot stopped. Tocchet has it. He missed the goal on the shot. Lemieux's after the puck on the right wing boards. Mario has scored in 11 straight. Earlier this year, he had a 12-game scoring streak. Canadiens pulling possession now, and they break out to center. They'll get to the Penguin line and take it down the right wing boards. Damphousse Going behind the Penguin net. Leaving the puck for Mike Keane of Montreal. He breaks into the right wing corner. After it is Guy Carbonneau. The Penguins put new troops out here. At least they've got Loney out. They've got Lemieux and Tocchet in a shot for the Canadiens. Keane from the right wing circle. Stopped by Barrasso. And he has that puck in his glove. 11:54 left first period. Pittsburgh 1, Montreal 0 on the Penguins Hockey Network. Penguins lead 1-0, and Patrick Waugh continues to skate out of his net and talk to himself as play continues. And now we've got a penalty coming up here against the Penguins right from the faceoff. Ulf Samuelsson pulled down one of the Canadiens. One of the problems the Canadiens are having here in this streak, and the Penguins went through a very similar situation on their downturn in the year, is they're not scoring goals. They have only 9 in the last 5 games, Paul, and that's all they've been able to muster. And
that's right, and what that does is when you have reverted to a system where you are relying on more offense and kind of maybe sacrificing the defensive part of the game, then you really suffer when the goals aren't going in. It kind of throws everything out of whack. And what Kirk Muller said they did was decide after the Islander game the other night, he said, we're going to get back to basics, just doing the kinds of things, playing solid defense. And when they were winning games earlier in the year, I remember reading a quote, I think it was from Muller. He said, we're taking the best of Pat Burns' system and what Jagr has told us, and we're making the most of it.
Shot on the power play by Brisebois, stopped by the Penguins, and they come back. Francis and Lemieux shorthanded to the Canadiens line. Francis will pass it off Lemieux, stick into the right wing corner. Francis went after it again, around the horn, near side to Lemieux. And he swings it down the near boards, and that will come all the way back into the Penguin zone. It was not Ulf Samuelsson that got the penalty. It was Peter Taglianetti. He goes off for hooking. And the Canadiens right around the Penguin net, trying to jam it in. Barrasso stopping the play as they scramble and hold it there. And the Penguins losing the puck.
Barrasso gets himself up gingerly after stopping that shot. Larry Murphy coughed it up. He got it off the boards from Barrasso and tried to quickly throw it right up the alley, and it was picked off in front of the net. Barrasso stopping Muller on the play, and the rebound came out. Tommy was fishing for that puck. I think he got some help from Ulf Samuelsson on that one. Barrasso playing his 500th career game tonight. He's won 12 in a row. Great matchup of two of the premier goaltenders in the league. Two completely different styles, too. That's what's interesting to watch. Waugh with that butterfly move that he uses all the time, and Barrasso stays up.
Left point, Matthew Snyder now on the power play, swinging around to the near corner. Leclerc fell down for the Canadiens. The Penguins in hustling, trying to get it out of the zone. They can't do it. Back to Leclerc off his glove. Shel Samuelsson trying to force him away from the net. Just runs him right into the boards with that big frame, but he works free. Lemieux took the puck, though, and he clears out of the zone back to center. Patrice Brisebois going left side to Matthew Snyder, and Snyder up to the Penguin blue line, guns it back into the zone. Francis will take it up the near boards. Can he sweep it out? He does. And it will come back to the Canadiens line. John Leclerc again settles in. Passing rink wide to Matthew Snyder. Snyder's coolly coming to the Penguin line, and he shoots it in around to the right wing boards. Canadiens after it. They trail 1-0 here on the power play with a man advantage, Montreal. They swing it over left side. Matthew Snyder with a wrist shot. Barrasso says no as he kicked it away. Now Shel Samuelsson with it around the boards. Can he clear it out? Matthew Snyder kept it alive. Over to the left wing side for Kirk Muller of Montreal. Lemieux's all over him and knocks him down. The play continues. Lemieux has it, and he'll shove it right back into the Canadiens' end. Lemieux out bustling Kirk Muller. Canadiens trying to get new people out here. Damphousse going after the puck on the right wing corner of the Penguins in. Ulf Samuelsson banked it over to Larry Murphy. Can he clear around the far side? No. Snyder with a good play again. Keep the puck into John Leclerc. Over to Stéphane Lebeau, and it comes off the left wing, and Rick Tocchet trying to clear. Damphousse keeps that puck along the boards. Murphy trying to clear the puck out. He can't do it. Back to the left point. Snyder, good point play by him. The right side, a good drive by the Canadiens' Rob Ramage, but stopped by Barrasso. And on to center it goes. Matthew Snyder showing me a lot, holding that puck in at the point time after time. Brian Bellows in the left wing corner. Shoots it back around behind the Penguin net. Canadiens Damphousse after it. And he's been a guy that's had trouble scoring goals here of late. He has none in his last 7. Penguins have killed the penalty. Canadiens and Penguins at equal strength now. Snyder again weaves his way to the Penguin zone. And Stéphane Lebeau goes in. Taglianetti rattles him against the boards. Off to the right wing to Tocchet, and he just clears the area. The Penguins lead 1-0 at center ice. The Canadiens capture it. They drill it long and deep into the Penguins' end. This could be an icing call against Montreal, and that will be the call here by the linesman.
And it's time to sell some posters. In the Penguins Collector Series, a 24x20 full color. Your choice of Jagr, Straka, or Tocchet, $6.95 each, or 2 for $12 plus shipping and handling. You see Jagr and Straka, and that's a great shot of those two wearing the tuxedos. That was obviously taken at the Penguins At Your Service dinner earlier this season. A nice poster. And then Rick Tocchet in his street attire. And you can call 391-PENS outside of Pittsburgh, 1-800-8-GO-PENS, or write Penguins Mail Order Civic